Guys, welcome back to Medical Coding with Blue. Okay, so this is the second part of Q&A Tuesday. I'm going to go ahead and finish up these questions, and I'm waiting for the other video to upload right now. All right, so the next question is, what are some criteria a supervisor uses when evaluating a coder? So I guess what the viewer meant was like when they're doing evaluations. For me in my facility, it's set up where we do have certain bullets we need to hit, like for education, staying on top of our education, and being on time, timely, you know, uh, being on time every day to work. Not staying out late at lunchtime and things like that. Performance wise, as far as like our accuracy and our production, if we are meeting accuracy and production, or if we're not quite meeting one or the other, there's a plan to get the coder back on track generally. But that is something that they do use as part of our evaluation and evaluating us and our performance. And these things affect whether or not we get raises and things like that. So it's different for every facility, but that is something that they do use for us as criteria for our evaluation, and them telling us whether we're doing really good or not. Being professional is another one. Staying on top of our education is another one. What are we doing to advance ourselves is another bullet. So like I said, it all depends. But when you are a medical coder, just doing the best that you can and pushing yourself just a little bit more every time will lead you to success. You can never go wrong there. Is it helpful? Next question is it helpful to know Excel or other programs when using when running reports? Yes, it is very important to know how to use Excel spreadsheets, Word, and PowerPoint. If you don't know how to use PowerPoint, don't feel bad, because I only recently, like within the last couple of years, learned how to use PowerPoint. I still don't know all the little tricks of PowerPoint, but the good thing about YouTube is there's plenty of videos that you can reference to show you tricks on how to use like PowerPoint, Excel, and Word. It is very important to know how to take a screenshot, doing all delete print screen, in order to copy a page, on your screen and put it onto a Word document if you need to take a screenshot or whatever. These are all very important tricks to know, so that way you don't feel so lost. Computer is a part of life when you are a medical coder. You do have to use a computer, and you do have to get a little bit more savvy with it, because computers are very complex things sometimes. So, but yes, that's my answer on that one. But yes, try to know as much as you can when it comes to Excel, Word, and PowerPoint. Particularly PowerPoint, because when you are doing presentations, this is very helpful, and at least if you have a slide deck, you know how to make a slide deck, it's more organized, okay? And any little trick you can get for organization is very key. Somebody asked me just a few minutes ago, what is my credential? I am a certified coding associate through the American Health Information Management Association. That is who I'm a credentialed through. I do not have a credential through the American Academy of Professional Coders, because I didn't see the need to have dual credentials for what I'm doing. There are different credentials, and each one of them, is for a different setting, and that's with both associations. So you just have to do your research, find out what the requirements are to sit for these exams. Every with AHIMA particularly, there's you have to go to an accredited school, and you do have to have certain requirements met in order to take certain credential exams. So be sure to reference the website, ahima.org, ahima.org. And that's how you would be able to find out if you can sit for any other exam, which brings me to my other one. Can anyone take a CCA? Please reference the website because things may have changed since I last took it. And I was going to do research to see what the requirements were before I filmed today, but I didn't have a chance to because when I left work today, I left very quickly. So that's just what I can pass along to you right now. So, and I have to get going here pretty soon. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. But what a fun Q&A Tuesday. There were so many questions today. So I was very excited. A lot of questions came in the last couple of days. So really awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching. You know, I appreciate everybody's feedback. I feel like a dingus today because I was responding to somebody who was talking about ED. They were referring to erectile dysfunction. I was thinking emergency department. Why? Because I had my head in the emergency department today. Like, I was working on an encounter and it was a lot of crosstalk between the two. So between my clinic and the ER. So I was working with the ER coder and I was just like, oh, that was what happened. So that was where my head was at. And I was like, oh no, it's this, and this. And then the viewer was like, well, I meant erectile dysfunction. I'm like, whoops. Sorry. You see, this is what happens when all I saw was ED, and I'm thinking, because like I said, I had my head in the emergency room department. I had just gotten done looking at a coding clinic too about the emergency department. So, and my coding tip of the week, which I send to my providers, was about consults. I sent it out to orthopedics and podiatry today. That if they are doing a consult in the ER, they need to make sure that they're documenting everything that they're doing. You know, this was just a gentle reminder because sometimes you just have to be reminded, you know. So that was where, like I said, that was where my head was, you know. Oops. My bad. But yes, that's what it was. So anyway, but yes. So that wraps up all the questions today. This was a long list. So, but I hope you all enjoyed it. I will be stockpiling questions again for next week's Q&A Tuesday. So if you have any questions about the field, about medical coding, about what it's like, please be sure to be specific and message me through email. I will include my email address down in the description box below. I'm also on Instagram at Medical Coding with Blue, all one word. And or you can comment below. So I will see y'all on the next episode. And and one more thing. So we do have one more week of urology coding. So Friday's Quiz Friday will be all about urology. All right. So if you are a medical coder, a medical coding student, somebody curious about the fascinating world of medical coding, a provider or a nurse, I invite you to like and subscribe and follow me on my journey in medical coding. I will see y'all on the next episode. Bye.